Today's video is going to be a journey through the 5 elements, but we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up, as I like to do. So begin with your Qigong stance. The knees are going to be bent a little bit, the spine is relaxed. What we don't want to do is drop the weight forward into the knees or stick your bottom out. Notice how my knees are a little bent and my spine is long, pretty straight really. That's our relaxed posture to start with. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale through a pinhole of your lips. These are 3 cleansing breaths to start with. Inhale, letting your arms float up, and exhale softly through the lips, letting out any tension or stress in the body. And again, inhaling and freely exhaling. Now we'll begin breathing through the nose. Turn your palms and inhale, gather up the fresh chi, the energy around you, and exhale, send it down through your brain, through your spinal cord, down through your legs and back into the earth, beginning to create a circulation of energy running through your body, starting to connect to the energy above and the grounding energy of the earth below. This is part of just making yourself present and ready to begin the practice today. And honestly, if you just stopped here, you would have a great benefit. So if you just have a minute, you can just do this. We'll start moving the neck. I'm letting the head go side to side, and I'm ever so lightly pressing away with the opposite hand. This gives you a sense of what's called nerve flossing. It also helps to open up the meridian channels that connect from the fingers through the chest and into the head. Now we're turning the head side to side. I'm spiraling the arms out as I look to one side, spiraling in as I look to the center. Again, we're flossing the nerves and wringing out the meridians. We're also beginning to open up the lymph nodes in the neck and the chest. Now we'll look up and down. Now I want you to notice here, this is a very gentle, small movement. I'm not dropping the head back and tipping back like a Pez dispenser. Imagine there's a wall behind your head and you're just nodding your head lightly. You may have a tiny range or you may have a bigger range, but be mindful of your body. It shouldn't create any strain. We're going to add to it now, making fists with your hands, curling and opening. So the tail and the head come forward, squeezing the chest, the belly, the heart, the lungs, beginning to open up your breathing and bringing a bit more power and energy to the movements. And now we're going to start moving the body easy side to side. This is opening the gate of life in the low back. That's the area that is the spine behind the navel. Notice at this point my head is staying to the front, but then if you want, you can allow your head to turn all the way around. There are many ways to approach this exercise. Right now we're just looking for a free and easy spine. Now we're going to open up the lymph nodes in the armpits. So we're just tapping around the armpit and the side. Let that relax a little bit. Other side. We're invigorating the lymph, which is part of our immune system, and this is fluid that rushes through the body to move away our cellular waste. Now we're opening up the lymph nodes in the hips and brush lightly upwards. You're really just brushing the skin. It's a light movement from the inner knees, inner thighs, up into the belly. Now we're going to work with the lymph nodes in the belly. Tighten up the belly a little bit and pound, knocking on your stomach. Go around in a circle, up the right, across to the left, and down. Again, we're tightening up the stomach muscles a bit here, creating some resilience and bounce. Now I'm chopping the sides of the abdomen, then a soft rubbing once again. Just moving the fluid, decongesting, and clearing out the lymphatic filters so we can cleanse the body. Now we're tapping on the breastbone. It's 1, 1, 2. Tapping or knocking. This stimulates our thymus gland, which is very important for our immune system. This is where some of our immune cells mature and make their way out more actively into the body. Now that we've opened up our immune system, let's inhale a fresh influx of energy. Exhale, grounding down into the earth. And we're going to begin moving through the 5 elements, starting with fire. Bring your hands towards your heart. Open, focus on your pinky fingers. You're going to sweep down and wrap your body into a hug. Squeeze your heart as you come up onto your toes. We do it again. Inhaling as you open, and then as you exhale, wrap the opposite arm in front. Squeeze the heart and lift up. If that balance is a little tricky, maybe play with just bending the knees and then straightening the legs. But if you can lift those heels, the calf muscles are called our little hearts, and they help to pump the blood and the fluid from the lower body up to the heart and back into our circulation. Our heart meridian and our small intestine, those guys are buddies. They work together as a pair, and they connect into the pinky fingers. That's why I want you to focus on your pinky fingers here. And finishing this one, as we've done about 3 to each side. Bringing in joy, releasing stress and distress and heartache, sending that positive, fresh, joyful, loving energy to our heart, to the fire element. We'll move next into the earth element, which is our spleen and stomach. From the big toe, we spiral all the way up, and then we exhale down the center of the body, from the pupil line down over the front of the thighs to the second toe. And we inhale up, lifting up like you're lifting a mist. And then exhaling down like rain, down towards the big toe and into the ground. Feel a mild spiraling of the body as we rotate, and think about a smooth flow of fluid. We're letting the fluids rise up as though they're evaporating upwards and naturally raining down into the earth. We'll do this one more time to each side. Clearing away anxiety, worry, and bringing in openness, trust, and nurturing. Sending all the anxiety down into the earth for recycling. And then we'll inhale and move into our lung meridian. Lung and large intestine are our thumb and index finger. Inhale, reach up, twist your arms, and literally stretch your lungs. Then exhale, pull the arms in and squeeze. Inhale, stretch the lungs. Exhale, squeeze them out completely like sponges. Squeeze everything out. One more time. Inhale, fresh, courageous, bright chi into the lungs. And exhaling, squeezing out grief, sadness. Bring the backs of your hands together. With the thumb and index finger, we draw the bow, opening the lungs. And then as we exhale, we bring them together. The lung and the large intestine are paired here as well. The thumb is the lung, the index finger is the large intestine. So here, with our bow and arrow, we can think of something we want to let go of. Both the lung and the large intestine exchange nutrients for waste. They take the nutrients and they release what we don't need. We'll do this one more time to each side. Focus on what you choose to let go of and then let it go. Looking at the palms in between. One more time here, invigorating the lungs, bringing in courageous energy, letting go of all that we don't need, sending it into the earth for recycling. And then we're going to gather energy from the earth and bring it up the body and send that courageous energy into the lungs. Now, we're going to move into our water element, to our kidneys. So hold the energy in towards your lower belly, to the energy center. And then we're going to work on opening up the inner thighs a little bit to prepare for this next movement. So we want to sit deep into a semi-squat here. I want you to notice, though, we want to open the hip joints and don't want to strain the knees. Your toes are going to point really no further than mine are, not wide out to the sides. You may be able to come low, or it may need to be small. We don't want you to stick your bottom out. We want you to keep your spine long as though your back is against a wall. Now, we're going to turn to one side into a lunge stretch. So bring your hands to your low back, turn the body, and bend your front knee. The back heel and the outer edge of the back foot is driving into the ground. Feel a strong connection of the sole of the foot as we glide forward and back. My hands are on the low back, supporting the sacrum, the low back, and the kidneys. Now, with the back hand still at your kidney, the hand that is with the extended leg behind you, it's going to reach up, press the palm to the sky, and look behind you. Then let it swing down and back. Lift it up again. The palm and the sole are extending in opposite directions. We're creating a gentle compression through your kidneys, and we're stretching the deep front of the body, stretching a spiral of connective tissue, a spiral of fascia in the body. And now warm up this side, forward and back. Try to get the back leg as straight as you can. Anchor through the back heel. And once you found your good position here, feeling nice and sturdy through the back leg, you're going to reach your arm up and begin the spiral. Feel as though your palm is pressing the ceiling as your sole anchors into the floor. Reaching up, rotating, spiraling, and stretching. Compressing the kidneys, anchoring through the front and the back leg. Reach up and stretch, and then bring it back down. Keeping the spine vertical. Now we're going to turn back to our semi-squat for the liver and gallbladder wood element. Let's bring the hands up, and we're going to work on a deep side bend here. Look at the palm that you're pressing away. Roll your spine down, and then open the two arms out to the sides, pressing in opposite directions. Press away, stretching your side, and then gently let the arm come down and press away in opposite directions. What you might be able to hear in the background here is there is a magnificent thunderstorm happening where I am. So I hope you're enjoying that sound as much as I am. Press both arms out to the sides, and then we go the other way. Your side bend could be deep, where you're practically lying down on your other leg, or it can be more shallow, whatever's right for your body today. This is a modification of an exercise called the Leopard Qigong, but I have us doing a little modified version today just to make it accessible for people that might have limitations in movement. The idea is that one hand is wrapped around the ribs and the other hand is pressing into a side bend. This can even be done in a chair if you need to. And now we're going to step the legs back in together. And inhale, bring the arms up, again gathering heavenly chi and pouring that down in through the body. Inhale as the arms float up, and then whoosh, we toss out the trash. All of the waste that we produced, everything we've cleaned out and exchanged during this movement, we're flushing it out, getting rid of everything we don't need, preparing our body to be a vessel for fresh chi. We usually do this around 9 times, inhaling and float up onto the toes, and exhaling, pouring out, exhaling and pulling the belly in, and then letting the hands float down. Inhale as the arms come up once again, and reflect the energy in through the crown of your head, down over the back of the skull, over the neck, and connect the hands to your heart. Take a moment to feel the gratitude and the coherence between your heart and your belly and your brain. Breathe into the low belly, centering yourself, and get ready for the rest of your day.